Did you think 8 weeks in that the Arizona Cardinals would be tied atop the NFC West? But everybody's kind of sitting right there, 4-4, and then you have the Rams pulling up the rear of the division, but at just 3-4. Who do you trust out of this division? Because I'm excited to have this conversation.
I always get myself in trouble because whatever I say the next week, whatever happens goes the opposite way. So, like people say in the comments, Steve's always living the wrong way. He doesn't know anything. You're right, because all I do is study film. And I study film, and sometimes what I see on film and what happens in the game, sometimes it doesn't align. But the dang Arizona Cardinals are at the top of the division of the NFC West. That's wild, and the question is why. Mm-hmm. Because the San Francisco 49ers are getting hurt left and right.
True.
If the Arizona Cardinals can stay healthy, Trey McBride is killing it at the tight end position. I think he's in the top 5 just as his ability to run routes. I'm telling you.
Great young tight end.
I'm not blowing smoke. I'm just watching you. And I'm a Utah guy. So I rarely have love for Colorado State, man. I'm just going to be 100. But he can run some really great routes. Not good routes. Great routes, zone coverage. And then obviously you got Marvin Harrison Jr., what he's able to do. They just have a lot of playmakers out on the outside, and then they do a good job of running the football.
James Conner, man.
Mm-hmm. I did not pick James Conner to be as physical and durable.
Yeah.
The way he was kind of casted out of Pittsburgh at times, he kind of tiptoed, but he is keeping that running game up to par and going so well in Arizona. The 49ers, you say, are they the team to beat? The question is, can they get healthy? And until they show that they can stay healthy and make adjustments in their lack of health, the Arizona Cardinals are the team to beat. So I don't necessarily trust them. It is what it is, right? It's like when you get an Uber, you look at the car, you look at the driver, you don't have a choice, bro. It's either walk or ride. And so that's where we are. The Arizona Cardinals, they just beat with a nail-biter the Miami Dolphins, and they beat them in a way that we didn't think, which is running the football, blocking up, but the way they attack the football, the way they attack the defense at all levels, vertical threat, deep threat, shallow, check downs, what the defense gave them, it was pretty impressive.
It was. You know what the interesting, sticking with the Cardinals, I'm looking at the rest of their schedule, and tell me, I kind of like it for them. Like, Bears, Jets, at Seahawks, at Vikings, that's a little tough right there. Seahawks, Patriots, at Panthers, Rams, 49ers. I mean, you got Patriots, Panthers, back-to-back before you close out the season in the division with the Rams and 49ers. Like, I kind of like the way their schedule's kind of put together. And the way Marvin's gone off this past week, and I know there's been a lot of talk, Steve, and I'm kind of curious from a receiver standpoint when it's not where everybody expects it to be. Somebody's got to throw you the ball, too. But, I mean, it's everybody
There's a few times he was wide open. They just
100%.
kind of just took what the defense gave him, and that's smart football. But he missed him on a wide-open touchdown. He was scot-free. They busted coverage, but he threw the check down, got the first down. So what can you say?
Yeah, exactly. And he was a big factor in the fourth quarter of this game this past Sunday, which I think is a big deal for them. And then I look at the Rams, though, Steve. Like, when you see Cooper Kupp and you see Puka Nacua back on the field together with Matthew Stafford, who can still sling it with the best of them, you saw what they did last Thursday night against Minnesota, and one of the better defenses we've seen. And what did we see different from Brian Flores? It was kind of like, I don't know if this is a guy I want to blitz regularly.
You can't do that.
And they're the type of team, don't you think, with Sean McVay and with Jared Verse, man, the youngster on the other side, and these two guys coming
their
back.
Their defense is quietly starting to wake up.
Don't you see this as a team that can go on a run? They've done it before.
The only thing that I'm really hesitant on with the Los Angeles Rams has to be in their secondary. Their secondary is a little bit wonky. People are kind of questioning what they got. Tre'Davious White, they picked him up in free agency. He hasn't really shown to get back to the guy that we thought he was going to be. Their front seven, though, is pretty good. The absence of the retirement of Aaron Donald, never really thought that they'll be able to kind of flip the script a little bit. But the one thing I'm interested to see, and I love the fact that my guy Cooper Kupp, because his cup is never empty.
Never.
Is I'm glad they didn't move on from him. But the thing that concerns me is I'm not really sure Puka and Cooper can eat all at the same exact time. I think it's one of those, one will eat one game, but you never really see, if they double one, the other will survive, but they never can really play. You'll never really see both guys get 100 yards, 150 yards. I'm just not sure if
Is that okay,
offense,
though? Like, right? To win games, is that okay?
Well, I thought against Minnesota when they were able to slow down Puka, then all of a sudden Sean said, all right, let's go ahead and start throwing a lot of screen plays to Cooper, where they weren't able to get those big plays. And they run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, so they run a lot of run out of a pass set. But sometimes it can come very predictable, and they run a lot of in-breaking routes. They run everything in the middle. And so when you have a team that can neutralize that, sometimes you get a little stalemate with the Los Angeles Rams, and that's what sometimes can get them behind the 8 ball too quick, too soon in the football game.
Interesting. They got Seattle on Sunday, so that's going to be a good one because they're staying in the division.
Seattle's pissed off right now, bro.
Seattle is just, they've been this, right? It's a young coach that looks like
that's
trying
what
to find
you got
that
to expect from a
consistency.
first-year head coach.
Exactly. We've seen flashes, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And then with San Francisco, we're going to get a bye week here. The expectation, my
They need a
understanding is,
bye
Steve, it is they need a bye week to rest those bodies, lick those wounds, and get an opportunity to see Christian McCaffrey on the field, which he's going to participate in, I believe, a practice during the bye week that they're going to hold.
CMC,
and
my guy.
we'll see if he gets out there. And there's a chance when they come out of that bye week, we see Christian McCaffrey back on the field for them, and you see Ricky Pearsall, the youngster, start to he's going to have a larger role within this offense. Maybe they get healthy, and this is going to be the point is a really, really fun division to watch down the stretch.
It is.